What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you guys how to change your spare tire. Okay, so to change your tire, you're going to need some tools right here. This is a socket set that has sockets and ratchets. So this is what I'm talking about. So here, this is the socket that we will need, a 3/4 socket. I'm going to go and take that out right now. Yeah. The next thing we need to do is find our spare tire, and that will be in the back of our car. So as you guys can see right here, we have the jack handle and this tire iron. Now I'm not gonna be using the tire iron because I have my tools with me, so I'm not gonna be using that. So we'll actually put this as so I don't get confused. But this we will need the jack. This is the jack handle. We will need this. And then, we'll put this down here. And then your spare tire should be right here, under the carpet. So as you can see right here, here's your spare tire. So we'll take the tire right out. And also I'll get the jack out too. And that's what we're gonna need to change our tire. So there's two things we need to do. One, we need to block off the front tire with these two bricks. You don't have to use bricks. You can just use a piece of wood or any heavy object that can actually stop the car from going forward or backward. And we're also gonna apply the emergency brake. But first we're gonna do this. So just grab one and then put one at the back of the tire, just like that, and then one at the front. Now, when you do this, make sure that you put it there, but it's not like, pushing the tire inside, because these blocks of wood, they do have a little sharp edge, and that can make your tire flat. So make sure you just like keep it there, and it'll stay still because it's heavy. And then another thing we need to do is engage the emergency brake. So in some cars, you will find the emergency brake down here, but in a lot of other cars, you'll have an actual handbrake. So I'm going to lift this up and make sure you press this button here too, because you'll also feel a little resistance when you pull it up. See right there, I felt resistance, so I stopped there. So now that those two things are out of the way, we can get back to changing our tire. Okay, so one thing I forgot to mention is that you will need, if your car comes with locking lug nuts, make sure you grab your will lock key out of your car. Now most cars won't come with this exact same style. You'll have just a different style. Here on our car, we actually have all of the lug nuts are locking. So we will need to use this tool on all of the lug nuts. So once you have your wheel lock key, if your car needs it, just go and get this and put it right over the lug nut itself. So now what we can do is actually loosen this. Now I have an extendable ratchet that I would recommend getting. So the way you would extend it is just by doing this. And I feel like I might need that because I do think that lug nuts are pretty tight. So I'm gonna go and loosen the lug nuts. Just go and get a good grip on your wrench. And loosen your lug nuts like that. It's gonna take a lot of work to do this, but you'll be able to do it at the end of the day. Go and get your socket on your wheel lock key on there. Do the same thing. Do the same thing over here. Make sure when you put your wheel lock key on, you actually just put on first, because there's a certain way it fits. So just so you know, guys know that. Now you guys want to make sure you guys unloosen your nuts at least one full turn. So I'm just gonna go ahead and loosen these lug nuts up a little bit more, and then we'll go and get the jack set up. Okay, so now once you have your lug nuts loosened, go ahead and place your jack underneath the car. Now when you do this, go ahead and make sure that it's in the right spot. So these two notches right here, for this car, you want to put it right here, and then just go ahead and get it up there. Now most cars will have that. They actually make that from the factory, just so if this happens like on the road, if you get a flat tire, then you can actually do this. So once you get it up in there on that notch, and it's hard to turn, like once it touches the actual vehicle itself, now you can actually jack up the car instead. Okay, so that should be pretty good enough to just get the tire off. So what we're gonna do now is loosen up the lug nuts all the way now, of course. I'm just gonna use my wheel lock key since it's easier to do it that way. So that's one lug nut. Here's another one. As you guys can see, the tire is getting pretty loose, so just make sure that once you get to the last lug nut, just make sure that the tire is not fall right on you, because that typically happens sometimes. That's off. You can see we got the other lug nut off, and then get this one off as well. Actually, I'm gonna do this one first. Okay, so once you're about to get your last lug nut off, just hold the tire. I'm using my foot here because I need 2 hands to get the lug nut off. So just hold the tire like that. And then the tire should be getting pretty loose by now. It is actually really loose. Let's get the tire off. Like that. And then what you want to do next is take your spare tire and bring that over here, because we need to install this tire. We're pretending that, right, this is our flat tire right here. It's not actually flat, we're just pretending it is. We're just gonna put this tire on as if it's, it's our spare. Just keep your lug nuts in a safe place. And one trick that you can use to mount the tire up is to actually rock your feet. Actually, that kind of hurts, so don't do that. So just get the tire on. Oh, shoot. There we go. So that you have this tire on, make sure it doesn't come off, because we did all that work to get it on. Just make sure it's seated on there correctly. Get one of your lug nuts, and whichever one's sticking out the most, just put that one on first. And then get your other lug nuts and just keep screwing them on. Now, when you get your lug nuts on, you have to make sure you get them really tight on the actual jack, because when you lower it down, you don't want it to tilt or anything like that. So just make sure that you get everything. You make sure just get everything all tight up in the air while you're at it, because you don't want anything to fall. So just get these on here by by your threads. Push the tire down to get it to go more. Push all these ones in. And push that one in too. So the tire's on there right now. Screw all the way in, just like that. It can go a little bit further. Just push it down. This one should be able to go too. You want this the tire to be all the way seated, because if it's not, then again, like I said, you can mess the whole thing up by, yeah, it's pretty tight. So what you want to do is get your wrench. If you have a ratchet like me, just switch this so it's tightening. This is tightening. If you go right, it's tightening. Get your the wheel lock key on if you need it. Go and ratchet away. So when you do tighten your lug nuts, the tire will spin when it's on the jack, because the car's in the air, and it's actually a little bit tighter because the e-brake's on, so it's kind of wanting to hold it. So yeah, don't do that. Very unsafe. Yeah, see, the tire just spinning, so this one's actually really loose, so I'm gonna go and tighten that. So just give it a few quick jerks like that, because if you just do it normally, it's not gonna work, but if you do it kind of fast, like a quick movement, you might just be able to get it a little bit more tightened. So now what we can do is actually let the jack down. So just get your jack in here and turn counterclockwise, not clockwise, because if you do clockwise, you're gonna jack the car up even more. So just go down. Make sure the tire's not falling off. Don't be alarmed right now, because that is the e-brake. So once you have your jack, just keep going until you can actually get it out of the car. Once you have the jack out of the way, just go ahead, get your socket, and keep this tightening again. Now don't go too hard, because your wheel lock key can get messed up, so I'm not trying to go too hard, but I just do want to get all the lug nuts that can actually get tightened up a little bit more. Just like this one is pretty loose because I can't get it all the way tightened up in the air. Alright, so that's good enough. So that's how you change your tire when you're on the road and you're stuck. If you want to change your tire, this is how you do it. Okay, so what you're gonna do with your flat tire? You're gonna actually put it where your spare was. So right over here, that's where you're gonna put this tire. So we're just gonna go ahead and get the tire in here. So that's that. Now your jack will also fit in here, but my tools are already in here, so we're just gonna leave that like that. We're gonna get the jack, we're gonna put that in there too. But because our tire was good, we're actually gonna put that back on. Because, you know, our tires look really good. And in really good shape, so. But if your tire was flat, you put it here. So, thank you guys so much for watching my video. Please leave a like, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next video.